Hello, anime dude dads. No, you did not click on the wrong podcast. This is the Anime Dad podcast, but it's also the Anime Dudes podcast. And no, I'm not the Anime Dad. My name is Bjorvio, but don't worry, the Anime Dad is still here.
I'm here and I am happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. It's been a wonderful start to the new year. 2024 is here with a bang. Japan is under attack. I'm not going to lie, I think, what's that guy's name? Sukuna has been released finally and is going for different things. What's your thoughts on 2024?
There's a lot going on this over there, and man, it's super tragic. But yeah, 2024 so far has been it's been pretty good for me. It's been super chill. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. Really trying to dive into that. I've started a couple of new animes that we'll probably get into here in a little bit that I'm excited for. Um, but yeah, haven't done anything too different, honestly. How's your 2024 been so far?
It's good, good. The weather's a bit rainy today, but it feels good. It feels good. It feels like a good year. My beard is coming in fresh. I'm copying my idol Bjorvio. I need to look similar to you, and I want people to open the podcast or watch the YouTube if they check it on YouTube, and then be like, "This guy's talking to himself." Although one of himself, he's doing an impression of an Asian, or not an Asian, sorry, a Chi-Chi, a woman, because his voice is really high, and the other one's All Might. So it's himself with different voices. But no, it's been a really, really good year, 2023, and 2024 has been a great year so far. And today, what are we going to be talking about?
Today, we're going to be talking about our New Year's resolution for anime.
Hmm.
And it's going to be both which ones we want to watch as well as which ones the other ones should watch. So it's going to be a little like fun conversation here and I'm curious for those that are in the audience, if you agree with any of us or don't agree with any of us, that's fine. Send it with love regardless to either one of us and we'll pass it on to the other person while we sit by a fireside with some hot apple cider while reading the comments to each other because that's what we do as soon as we get done recording every single day.
Yeah, and pine eating pine nut cookies and lying on a sheepskin rug. No, it's
Oh,
special.
you're eating cookies? I was eating pine cones.
Darn! I should have communicated that to you. Pine cones leave a bit of an aftertaste, so I don't
Yeah, they
usually.
do. It tastes a lot like pine and blood.
On that note, blood. On that note, improvised questions. I'll start for you, Biorvio. Just something that we do every week. We improvise a question and improvise an answer. So my question to you, Biorvio, if you had a signature scent, your body was had a signature scent, and you released a cologne, what would the cologne be?
So if it were me, I it would be a very like fruity scent because I love the smell of like citrus, but I'd want like a lot of like acid, like I think it would kind of be like some kind of like cranberry mahogany, like something like that that no one would really expect. But you're like out in the woods taking a walk, and the next thing you know, it smells like Christmas or Thanksgiving because of all the cranberries and the cider. Yeah, that's me. You're welcome.
I like it. I'd buy that. I'd buy 5 bottles of that. That sounds great. Second question. You know how cardboard is quite flimsy?
Hmm.
Well, this question isn't about cardboard. It's about an aeroplane. Let's say you were in an aeroplane and you were a pilot for that particular aeroplane. Suddenly, a bee shows up next to you. And you look around, it's your size. It's the size of you as a person, this particular bee. It says, "What's up?" And then you pass out because of sheer shock and surprise. Where would that aeroplane land?
Well, obviously, okay. If it were me, I'd be flying to go see you.
Yeah.
And so then, if there was a bee that came in, then I wouldn't go to you. I'd probably land in Hawaii
Yeah.
and be living my best life. And we'd be in much closer time zones, so that would be fantastic, and much more convenient. But then I'd still fly. I would take the bee with me, buy it a little, and it could sit next to me and everything. And the first thing I would ask it is, "Do you like jazz?"
Mm, good question. Good question. You and the bee would be best friends. You'd probably start a podcast together called Bees Bees. What's an anime podcast that includes bees in the title? Give me a name.
Uh, the Unbelievable Anime Podcast.
Yes. Yes. And that was my third question. So your turn.
Okay. Um, you know how cardboard is flimsy? Well,
Yes.
this question has nothing to do with cardboard. Um, so you turn on the TV one day, and the first thing that you find is a show that you like to watch, but then the power to cuts out. You get power back on, and you turn it on, and it's on a show that is like meh. What was the show that you were excited was on, and what was the one that came back that turned on when the power came back on?
I was excited about The Office because I love The Office. It relaxes me, keeps me calm and centered, and it's a good release from certain animes that I watch and get too pumped up from. The show that came on and popped up randomly was was a reality TV show called Wife Swap, and it's
Hmm.
entertaining. It's fine, but you know, it's not The Office. It doesn't have Jim and Dwight fighting each other. Hey, before you get to your second and third question, I got something so cool yesterday. It's nothing anime related, but I was wondering if you got it in America. And I
Okay.
got it for free. I picked it up for free. And it's called Mighty Beans. Beanz. Mighty Beans.
Hmm. It
And
rings a bell, but I don't know what it is.
it's little collectible like bean shaped people from anime, from Pokemon, from different things like that, and they like
Hmm.
roll around and you collect them. It was a mind blast because I haven't seen them in so long. Just look it up when you get a chance and just tell me if you went through it as a child as well. Get to your second question, Bjorvio.
All right. So for the second question, I actually have a prop, and I'm going to roll it. Okay. So pick a number between 1 and 20.
6.
Okay, it was lower. So when if you could make any character that you made up yourself into an actual person and they had to be your best friend, but the only caveat is they were your shadow and nobody else could see them, who would you make?
Anime character.
No, one you made up yourself.
Oh yeah. Well, he'd be relatively quiet. He'd be a good listener. He would be he would probably look like me, but not as handsome because I want to feel better about myself. And his name would be Dart from the Legend of the Dragoon video game because I love that. And he'd be a good listener. He'd compliment me. He'd be the best person to tell my wife how nice I am. And I was going to say wingman, but tell my wife, wingman as in making your wife love you even more, if that's even possible. Yep.
All right. All right. Final question. You are out in the woods, your cell phone has no service, and your leg is caught in a bear trap. You hear somebody running at you at full speed. They offer you a tissue with the word cheese written on it. What kind of cheese do you hope is wrapped up in that Kleenex?
Oh my goodness. I hope it is a tasty brie cheese. I like brie, and especially because I'm going to need the energy. It's got a high fat content, a high caloric content. I need the energy. I need to boost my energy to get this bear trap off my leg. And that person would be Bjorvio because I've got a beacon that if I shine into the sky, it's got a picture of All Might doing this. And you would see it from where you are in the world And I guarantee if you didn't get a plane, you would run across water and give me some cheese. It's kind of like our mission statement as anime dudes. We will always respond to emergency beacons with cheese. And I think that's
Yes.
vitally important to be good friends, to have that motto.
Yes. And I think the other important thing is when I run and give you the cheese, you're just going to hear this blur of out of here. And so the other slogan for the Anime Dudes podcast is the Anime Dudes. We are here.
Yes, we are here. I like that. And the funny thing about the cheese thing is you're going to give me the cheese. We haven't met in person before, but you're going to give me the cheese and you're just going to run off again. I'm
And
lying
then
there
on the
with.
next podcast, I got the chance to meet Anime Dad in person. What'd you do? I handed him some cheese. You didn't help him out of the bear trap? No. Weren't you worried? Well, clearly he's fine. He's sitting right over there recording.
I've still got the bear trap on me. Yeah, that's what, you don't even say anything. I am here. You give me the cheese and you run off. And to be honest, if we meet in person and we don't give each other cheese, it's not going to be worth it. I mean, we need to give each other cheese. So,
Oh
um,
yeah. I already got what kind of cheese picked out in mind.
good. Vice versa. Great questions, great answers. Let's move on to the 2024 resolutions. So something that maybe we can start with something that we want to watch ourselves. So what is an anime, BRVO,
Mhm.
that you want to watch yourself in 2024?
Well, there's a few. I'd say the one I'm most excited for, without a doubt, is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, right. I
Your
mean, yes, but
fourth
I've already
watch.
seen it 5 times. My Hero Academia season 7, because like I said, I'm caught up on the manga, and whoo, I hope you guys like a roller coaster and don't get motion sickness, because my goodness, we are in for a ride, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see it animated. But in terms of a new anime, I just started watching Spy Family in 2024. I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in, and I love it. So I am resolving myself to finish Spy Family because it is really, really good. And so I think those are the main two I'm excited for. I don't know if they're going to do another season of JJK this year. Demon Slayer. From what I heard, it's going to be like 3 hour long episodes. Not going to lie, not the most excited for
Yeah.
that. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be cool, but it's after this season where things are going to get crazy.
Okay. Okay. I'm excited for that. Where are you up to in Spy Family? Because I love Spy Family and I'm really glad it's on your list to complete.
So I just got past the school interview episode, and then I think somebody got pickpocketed, and they were trying to stop the pickpocketer thing person. And I was like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm actually I've heard really, really good things about it, but it's even better than what I thought it was going to be.
Oh my goodness. Anya's face just makes me smile. The facial
Hmm.
expressions that she does is incredible. And it's so good. I watch it with my daughters and my wife. And no, it is a great anime. Very funny, very exciting, and very, very well done. I met the guy who voice acts Bondman, um, Aaron Campbell, and I got him to
Oh
sign,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, a picture of Bondman, and he also worked as assistant director for Spy Family, and yeah, it was really, really cool to meet him. One of the few people I've met, but that's good. Good list, good people. Sorry, good people as well, as well. But really, really good list. All right, my list. Full Metal Alchemist is at the top. Brotherhood, it's at the top of my list, and when I watch it, I think I will complete my metamorphosis into being Bjorvio. Uh, because that's all I'm missing out on is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Is yeah. So top of the list is that. Another one I really want to, and I'm looking forward to watching, is there's an anime that was released by. It's a similar. It's a similar. I think it's the same creators of Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. I like the animation, and the storytelling's not that bad. It looks like a really good anime. I'd also like to watch. What is that other one? Ah, Journey. I should have written them down. I had them in my mind. But I want to watch some slice of life anime to expand my
Mm-hmm.
anime knowledge a little bit more. And that's just because I really appreciate the artistic flair of anime.
Right?
I love that anime is more than just excitement and violence and fighting. I love that it is art and it
Mm-hmm.
is beautiful and it makes you smile and cry and it is my favorite piece of entertainment. Um, so there are quite a few of those slice of life anime that I really, really want to watch and get into. Have you watched any of those?
I've watched a few. I don't like back in like late 2022 with my wife that she really liked. I don't remember any of them per se. But nowadays I haven't watched any, but we've started picking up some slower pace animes like Dr. Stone. I've gotten into Spy Family, and it's actually really refreshing to not just be like, oh, well, when's the next cool fight gonna happen? Let's look at the animation for this, but like, where they kind of spread out the budget to make everything consistent across, and it's just like you said, it's a very good medium for storytelling, and especially like nowadays, a lot of movies feel like they're just rebooting everything, redoing all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and anime still going strong with we got fresh new ideas. So I find myself more so drawing into anime because of that these days.
Yeah, it's super special. It's my main source of entertainment that I watch, and it changes me as a person. I'm not gonna lie, it really does. So it's gonna probably impact the goals I have for the rest of the year. Is what anime I'm going to watch. So because you're watching Spy Family, you will want to be adopted by a young male and turn into an assassin, if you're not one already. So yeah.
I mean, Assassination Classroom kind of made me want to do that anyway. So now it's just doubling down on this.
All right, what anime should I watch, Bjorvio, in 2024 that other than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that I said?
um, I think you would really appreciate Dr. Stone. It's educational. I feel like I've learned quite a bit from it, but it's always super interesting. It's 3 seasons long, and my wife and I call it the My Hero Academia reunion because
Mm.
almost everyone from MHA is in Dr. Stone. It's really, really good, and so I think you would like that. It's a lot slower paced. I think you should also watch, if you haven't seen it, the movie The Boy and the Heron. I'm not The Boy and the Heron. I mean, you should watch that one too. But I was The Boy and the Beast. I
Mm-mm.
ended up watching that in October, and one of the guys that we interviewed, John Swasey, plays the Beast. I think his name is Komatetsu. Absolutely incredible movie. Very slow start, but once it gets going, you don't even realize you're addicted to it. You're just like, at one point, you're like, oh, when did it start really picking up? Oh my gosh. And then next thing you know, you're like bawling your eyes out. So I would recommend those two in addition to FMAB for you.
FMAB. FMAB is a better way to say it. It sounds cooler. FMAB. All right, that's good. Well, your one, even though I know this won't happen this year potentially because you've got so much on the horizon.
One Piece. We already know it.
One
Don't get me
Piece.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love One. Like from what I've seen of One Piece, it's fantastic. And no, I'm not just talking about the live action. I've seen like the first 100 episodes or so, and One Piece is great. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't think I would love it. It's just it is such a massive commitment. But if I had an infinite amount of time and could watch one anime, 100% it'd be One Piece. 100%.
Okay, all right. Even if you just do 100 episodes, and that is not even a quarter of the way through, which is crazy. Which is crazy to think, and it's crazy to think it's an anime that doesn't have an end yet either. You know what I
Right?
mean? Starting an anime that doesn't have an end. It's weird. But that's definitely one. Also, Kotaro Lives Alone would be a really good one for you to watch.
Mm.
And then my final one that I'd really encourage you to watch is did you look at Gutama? That egg one?
So I actually looked at Kotaro Lives Alone. I forgot what the name of the egg one was, but Kotaro Lives Alone looks incredible. But now that you've said the egg one, that's also on my list just because like, for those that didn't hear the last episode, I literally, he described the plot to me, and I'm seriously sitting here thinking that he's making this up, like one of our improv questions. I'm just like, what am I listening to? But it sounds really good based off what you described.
Bro, we should, okay, improv idea right now. Make up an anime. Go. An anime, it could be anything, it could be everything. Make it up.
Okay, so there is a world where the entire world gets petrified, kind of like in Dr. Stone, but instead what ends up happening is after about 5,000 years, the scientists, instead of like they get petrified, it's they get thrown into a sleep tank. So what they do is those that can afford it or a high priority get thrown into a sleep tank, and then they wake up after 5,000 years. But they wake up in different waves. And it's not really sure why they wake up in different waves. I guess it's based off geography locations as to where they are. And the weird thing is everyone also has certain powers, and it takes them a little bit to figure out why everyone's feeling this way and why they have these different powers until finally they realize that depending on what emotion you felt at the time you were frozen determines your powers. So for example, like those that felt fear and were afraid get lightning powers because of the anxiety kind of stimulates electricity kind of thing. I don't know. But then the main character is actually shunned because of the fact that there's this one really strong villain that has water. He's the only known person with water, and he just goes on a rampage and destroys towns. And keep in mind the population is very limited, so this is a big deal, and no one can stop him. But nobody else has water except for the main character, and they can't figure out what emotion that only two people felt at that time. So that's the anime. Let's go with that.
Bro, I love that. That is real. That's something you've been thinking about before this.
No,
Oh, you just
that
made it
is,
up.
I wish. I wish, but to be fair, I have been doing a lot of my no prep backstory series on
Oh, yeah.
TikTok this over the past few weeks. So my brain is really, really like used to moving quickly with improv.
That's really really good. I got two options for you. I've got a slice of life and then an adventure. So my slice of life anime is a 30-year-old man with a beard who has a South African accent, and he's got a family, and it just follows his day-to-day life. Episodes are 24 hours long, so it's a it's a it's a continuous. So it's almost like, have you seen Truman Show? The Truman
Yes, I
Show.
have. And
Yeah.
I was going to say, man, this sounds like the Truman Show, but with more beards and more South African people.
So it's created by AI, but
Oh.
it's constantly created by AI. So it's a constant live stream created by AI following this family in their day to day life that you can turn on any time of day, any time of night, and just watch them sleep, watch them eat, watch them do their day to day life. And it's a slice of life in that sense. I think that'll go down quite well. A Truman Show anime that no one is actually stuck in a box, other than, when they realize eventually that they are being watched by the world and they create physical bodies in the real world and they come kill everyone who's been watching and judging them. That's my first one. Second one
Real
is
slice of life there.
slice of life. second one, second one. There are four lizard people. There are women, and they are shot. Their planet explodes, but they're still eggs, and their eggs are created of these incredible things that actually can survive in space. So they're shot to other sides of the universe. They hatch and grow up on different planets, and it follows these four main character females as they work to get used to their planet, their new planets, and their new people, and being different because they are lizard people in comparison to their planets that they brought up on. They don't have a tremendous amount of powers. They've got lizard abilities, but they never meet. And it's just about, every episode focuses on each lizard sister. That's what they're called. One's name is Bjorvio, and that's how. Yeah, that's. To be honest, I think we should message Oda after this with these ideas, or get in contact with the producer because that needs to be done in 2024. What do you think?
I think that totally. I'm totally down for this. Though I will admit I'm not as experienced with the slice of life anime, but I could give it a stab if you're interested.
Give me a slice of life then. Go.
Okay, so the anime starts off with this kid who is a gamer, and that's basically what he does with the majority of his life. And to the point where he's trying to be a streamer but can't really do it. So, but that's what he's spending all of his time doing. His grades are kind of slipping, and so his mom kind of forces him to join the chess club, which is him and this other girl. And he ends up kind of getting a crush on her. And to kind of help promote the chess club, he is promoting chess to everyone that he knows. But it's also starting to like he's also like in a way to get her attention, he's a voice actor. Like he starts doing all these funny voices and he gives each thing in chess its own voice. So when he's playing, he's like rook to a5. Here I go, 1 2 3, and it's not anything special. It's just him voicing while doing the rook. And so he ends up trying to combine clubs together, and the voice acting club's actually on board. And so the whole series is him trying to make chess more popular at his high school. I don't know if that sounds interesting or not,
It does. I
but
like that. I really like that. That's special. That actually make me want to watch it. You could be a really good. All right, give me a trailer for that particular final improv thing for this episode. Give me a trailer for that particular slice of life.
all right. In a world where video games are all over the collective consciousness, one boy, on a quest for love like one none have ever seen before, has decided to reenact or to bring back an older game in order to that has reigned supreme for many a years. Chess. Follow Jensen on his quest for love, on his quest to take his queen and to take your queen at the same time. Chess Boy, coming to Crunchyroll summer of 2026.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what it sounded like a little bit. I have you watched Rick and Morty?
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole thing now.
Yeah, so there's one episode that I've seen called Intergalactic Cable, and they obviously the voice actors are making up different thing, different trailers, and that was great. That was really really good. All right, well, happy 2024, Bjorvio, and happy 2024, everyone else listening. We hope your dreams are as big as our aspirations. We hope your nightmares are as small as a mouse's toenail. But Bjorvia, could you take us out with a voice of your choosing for this particular episode?
Absolutely. Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for listening to the Anime Dad Dudes podcast, the first episode of 2024, but definitely not the last. Please come back next week to both podcasts, where we have something very special planned for you. I hope those New Year's resolutions aren't too difficult for you. You have the power. Go and do them justice. Go and solve them like the wonderful human beings that you are. Now, say it with me. Go beyond. Plus.
And scene.